did you guys hear the latest on peanut butter toast food stamp lady? She lost her job. Talking down on EBT recipients as if she was better than us. Corporate at her job, they said they don't agree with her type of thinking. They're not with that.
Hey everyone, welcome back. Today's episode dives straight into the chaos. New clips, new excuses, and the same old entitlement. From viral EBT rants to people bragging about benefits like it's a flex, this one's going to open some eyes. But here's the real question. Do you think these programs help people rebuild their lives or just keep them stuck? Watch closely and tell me what you see, because this one gets real fast.
42 million Americans are about to go hungry. It's actually super fucked up. SNAP, which is a food assistance program here in the United States, is about to collapse. Thank you, government shutdown. And the longer the government stays shut down, the longer this means that millions of people may not be able to get food to eat. Many people rely on this as their sole source of food income. If they don't get their SNAP benefits, they aren't eating. SNAP funds groceries for 42 million Americans every single month. That is 1 out of 8 people in this country. But because the government hasn't passed a funding bill since October 1st, it's about to run out of money. And if the shutdown continues going, people could be losing their access to food as early as November. Like, SNAP covers food for working people, families, seniors, people with disabilities, veterans. But instead of our government coming together and finding a solution for once, of course, the government shut down again. And this time, so far, it's the second longest shutdown the United States has ever had. That also means that hundreds of thousands of federal workers are also either furloughed or working without pay. Think about that. The richest country on earth can't pay its federal employees right now because they don't want to. The government is using real human lives as leverage in this political fight. Like, I don't think people understand that when the United States government gets shut down, it isn't the government that is suffering. It's the average working class citizen that suffers first. It's us that's hurting, or is going to.
No, I don't feel bad for the people who are losing out on their EBT for Thanksgiving. You niggas don't even like America. Why are y'all worried about celebrating Thanksgiving? I thought y'all said America was an oppressive country. For Thanksgiving, y'all should pack your bags and escape this country. I used to work at a grocery store in Chicago. The niggas I hated the most were the niggas who came through my line with EBT because they always had a bunch of bullshit. I'm talking about 2-3 carts filled to the brim with frozen food, pops, chips, candy, bullshit. Niggas selling stamps. Y'all were having a free-for-all with the taxpayers' money. I don't feel bad about people missing out on EBT. And this is coming from somebody who used to be on food stamps, by the way. The Bible says if a man doesn't work, he doesn't eat. So I think EBT is pretty demonic.
So this guy says food stamps are demonic, and that people who lose them on Thanksgiving deserve it. Really? That's the level we're at now? He's quoting scripture about if a man doesn't work, he shouldn't eat. But let's be honest, that verse wasn't talking about struggling single moms, disabled workers, or retirees trying to stretch $200 a month. You can't shame someone for being poor and mock them for trying to make the holidays a little normal for their kids. The Bible he's quoting also talks about feeding the hungry and caring for the poor. But I guess that part didn't fit his narrative. So what do you think? Are people weaponizing faith to punch down on the poor? Or is this just frustration boiling over? Drop your thoughts below. I'm curious where you stand.
This is for all the people complaining about not getting food stamps for November. What'd you do with October's food stamps? Did you fill up your pantry and be smart? Or did you just buy a bunch of processed stuff? Kind of like this bread process. Looks like you're going to have to be going to the food pantry for your Thanksgiving meal. I mean, they give out turkeys. They give out all the trimmings. You know, I just saw one lady on here saying she made $1,100 in food stamps. I mean, have you ever had this as a meal? It's really good. It's toast with peanut butter and butter. A little dry. But, you know, I'm sick of you guys complaining on here. You could blame Richard Nixon for the government shutdown. It's hard to swallow. So, how much I can make that last, all that money? I mean, it's just me here. My son and daughter come to visit sometimes, but they've cut me off, no contact. I don't know why, but I'm just tired of hearing y'all complaining.
So food stamps gone November 1st, huh? That's what you get, bitch. That's what them kids can't eat lobster tails for snack, bitch. The list said, remember the list? The teacher had the little list. It said fruit snacks, tissue, crackers, the little things, all that kind of juice boxes and all that. Bitch, it did not call for prawns and fucking crab legs, king crab legs, bitch. How the kids gonna melt the butter for snack time? It's over. Yeah, I don't get stamps no more anyway. They been cut our shit up long time ago, and we just had to figure out another way. I'll tell you, if you need to figure out a way on how to survive without hunger and starvation, without your EBT, inbox me in a minute.
So this man is literally celebrating food stamps getting cut, laughing about kids not eating and joking about butter for snack time. Look, you might not be on EBT anymore, and that's great, good for you, but mocking people who still need it, that's wild. You're not proving strength, you're just showing how little empathy you've got left. The truth is, not everyone figures it out that easily. Some folks are working 2 jobs, still can't make rent, and food stamps are the only reason their kids eat dinner every night. Laughing at that says more about you than them. Be honest. Do you think people are abusing the system or just trying to survive? I'm curious where you land.
You know, I just love a good, is this you? Moment. That lady really came on the internet and said, well, what did y'all do with y'all food stamps for the month of October? Then she proceeds to say, if it were me and my food stamps got cut off, or if I couldn't get food stamps or whatever, I would work 2. I would even be willing to work 3 jobs. That's funny because you weren't willing to do whatever it took to keep your kids. That's right. She lost custody of her kids. That's why she can't get no food stamps, because she not caring for nobody, because she lost custody of her kids. But she's talking shit about people who has their kids and are upset because they might not have a way to feed their kids. You see, had you been worried about feeding your kids and been focused on your children, maybe you would still have them. Cheers.
I'm telling y'all, Trump is really taking y'all through there, because this government shutdown thing going on now, they want to take government assistance from everybody, Section 8, HUD, and they're not worrying about come Thanksgiving, come Christmas. 2 months, these people won't be receiving any government assistance to be able to feed their kids. They already starting it now. The money they working for is not covering everything. They need the money to pay the bills, to keep a roof over their kids' head. But the food stamp will help them put food in the house to keep food, for their kids. But nobody see that because everybody's sitting around taking shit for a joke. But your job could call you and let you know that you don't have work. So you got to start all over and go find another job. That shit ain't funny. It's stressful for the government to do that. It's stressful that y'all have a president in the chair who takes shit for a joke. He find black people funny. And I'm going to say that shit on this video. And I mean what I say. But I'm going to sit there and let y'all just sink all that in. I'll talk to y'all later.
So this woman's right. It's not a joke anymore. People are scared, wondering how they're supposed to feed their kids while the government plays politics. Let's be real. When you live check to check, a shutdown isn't a political debate. It's survival. She's saying what millions are thinking. Rent's due, bills are stacking, and food stamps were the only safety net keeping them afloat. Folks love to say, just get another job. But what happens when your job shuts down too? When the hours get cut? When the paycheck doesn't stretch? That's when you realize how fragile this system really is. What would you do if your paycheck stopped tomorrow? Be honest. Do you think the government would have your back?
If I woke up tomorrow and no longer qualified for the benefits that I personally receive, your lives would not change. At all. It wouldn't affect your taxes. It wouldn't affect what money you get back. It wouldn't affect what money you give. If I woke up tomorrow and no longer qualified for benefits, it would not affect you in any way whatsoever. What would affect you is if Trump woke up tomorrow and said, you know what? We're not going to build this ballroom. Stop demolishing the White House. Give the people the money back of the $200 million that I'm using to build this godforsaken ballroom. That would change your lives. He could wake up tomorrow and decide to do that, but he's not going to do that. We all know that. Me waking up tomorrow and not qualifying for benefits anymore doesn't affect you whatsoever. So telling me that I'm a drain on society and insulting me in whatever ways you think that aren't insulting me by telling me that my disabled family is just mentally unwell, which is insulting, there's no reason for it. There's no reason for that attack on me whatsoever. What I'm doing today is not affecting you. Literally at all. And if you think it is, then you don't understand how the system or taxes or your paycheck or anything in America works at all. Let me be so clear. Love you all, no matter what. Bye.
The administration will be taking away EBT next month. Yes, that's right. No food stamps next month. How do I feel about it? I don't care. But let me tell you why before you get your panties in a bunch. Let me explain myself. Number one, this is coming from a woman who was pretty much homeless and disabled, and my state still wouldn't give me food stamps. So I didn't get rich until this year. Secondly, y'all need to start thinking about it. They finna shut off food stamps the month of Thanksgiving. Let me tell you something. I don't need to depend on y'all for me to eat. And I don't think nobody else should either. Because look at the effects. They're just talking about taking food stamps away, and y'all are willing to act crazy. That quick. That quick. They got you that quick. I had seen one video. This lady was like, it's the taxpayer's job to take care of my kids. I thought if you pop them out, it's your job. Nobody told you to have all them kids. And if you can't afford a kid, you don't need to be having them. The government will literally give you free contraceptives. Free contraceptives. But then you want to take it upon yourself to go pop out 6 kids with 6 different niggas that don't want to take care of their kid with you, and then complain that all of us don't want to pay for your food. That's who we're talking about. We're not talking about y'all who work hard and this and that and all that. I don't even know why y'all get offended when we say we don't care. This is not about y'all. It's about the ones who sit up and do all this stuff and then act like it's just our responsibility. Why is it my responsibility to pay my taxes so you can feed your 8 kids? Meanwhile, I gotta go work hard so I can feed my one? Nah, man. You got the super studious type people who are looking at it like, oh no, well, the economy is gonna crash and now the groceries are gonna be even more high priced. Hey, well, we gotta do something. We gotta figure something out. Do y'all wanna have a meeting? What's the solution? Cause let me ask y'all this, and I want an honest answer. What was y'all gonna do if food stamps was never invented? Y'all just wasn't gonna eat? Y'all just wasn't gonna make way? What would you have done?
So no food stamps next month, and this woman says she doesn't care. But the reason she gives? That's where this whole debate goes off the rails. She's asking, what would you do if food stamps never existed? Easy answer. Millions of Americans would starve. Because that's the point of the program, to keep families from falling through the cracks. What frustrates me here is the arrogance. Talking down to poor moms while pretending the government's generosity is the problem, not corporate greed or low wages. She says she worked her way up and doesn't depend on anyone. Great. But that doesn't make her the blueprint for everyone else's life. Some people are one accident, one layoff, or one illness away from needing help. Be honest, is this about accountability or empathy? I want to hear what side you fall on.
So did you guys hear the latest on peanut butter toast food stamp lady? She lost her job. Talking down on EBT recipients as if she was better than us. Corporate at her job, they said they don't agree with her type of thinking. They're not with that. God has a funny way of humbling people, I'm telling you. I hope you stacked up on that peanut butter and toast there. Your husband better get a second job. It looks like you're going to be going to the pantry. Or maybe you should pick up that third job you were talking about. Don't ever look down on people. Don't ever talk down on people as if you're better than. Because God will humble you real quick.
So remember Peanut Butter Toast Lady, the woman who mocked people on food stamps? Yeah, she just lost her job. Corporate stepped in and basically said, we don't agree with your kind of energy. And honestly, that's fair. You can have opinions, sure, but when you start belittling struggling families online, it's a bad look for any company. What's funny is how fast the roles can flip. One day you're judging people for needing help, and the next you're the one Googling local food pantry hours. Life humbles everyone eventually, especially when you mistake luck for superiority. So what do you think? Is this karma or just consequences of running your mouth online? Drop your take below. I know this one's gonna stir the comments. And that's where we'll wrap it for today. Honestly, moments like this remind you how fast tables can turn. One bad take, and suddenly you're living the reality you mocked. Hit that next video, and I'll see you there.